Hey everybody, it's Allafree25. So I found out through RAIN, which is an organization that I really support, and through one of my favorite ranters, Some Guy 827, that a teacher was sentenced to 30 days in prison for raping a 14-year-old student. Not 30 years, 30 days. She was 14 years old when the original rapes occurred in they occurred in '08. So the original judge, G. Todd Bow, however the fuck you say his name, sentenced Stacey Dan Rambold, who shouldn't even still be on this earth, to 15 years in prison for sexual intercourse without consent, aka rape. Why don't they just call it rape? Don't call it sexual intercourse without consent. Sex without consent is rape. Common sense, people. Don't keep giving it some fancy long name. Just say rape. So 15 years in prison for rape, because people have no idea how to define it. So naturally, he's charged in '08, like I said, October '08, with 3 counts. He didn't rape her just once, he raped her 3 times. And when she was 14. And do you make things even fucking worse? February 2010, the girl that he raped killed herself. Even before the trial was completed, she killed herself. He goes into a treatment center, only does 2 out of the 3 phases, but apparently that means nothing. Then it goes on to say that the judge was not convinced that the reasons for Rambold being just because he only went to 2 to 3, he was terminated from the treatment center. So it wasn't serious enough to warrant 10-year prison term that prosecutors recommended. Okay. It gets even worse. The judge said statements given by Morales before her death, and believed while she was a troubled youth, she was as much as in control of the situation as Rambold, and was older than her chronological age. This girl is 14 years old. She doesn't know what she wants. At 14, you're in 8th grade, or you're going into high school, you're going to be a freshman. You know a bit about sex in general. You do, one way or another. I mean, trust me, I knew a fair amount of stuff about sex to begin with, but still, you're not mature enough for it. And if you have a teacher who he's like fucking 40 years old than her. So you have this guy forcing himself on you. You have no idea what the hell to do. Then he goes and gets put into a treatment center. That's not going to help him. He already showed that he was capable of raping her not once, but 3 times. And once a person commits rape, they're going to do it again. It's known. I don't care if he's on the fucking sex offender list. That means jack shit. He'll do it again. So you give him 30 days in prison, yet you cause so much hardship and strife for this 14-year-old girl who, she was probably she was 17 when she killed herself. She couldn't even completely go through the trial because of all the pain you put her through. And then this judge has the audacity to only give him 30 days in jail. 30 days. I was just... Yes, I am biting my nail right now. I was just floored out of my mind. Is how could you do for a crime so heinous? So heinous. And like And the fact that he did it more than once, there is something wrong there. And there is something wrong with that judge. Because she seemed older than her chronological age. Okay, I have some friends who are a lot older, maturity-wise, but even then, she still was 14 when you first raped her. It doesn't matter. When I was 14, I was so okay, fuck that. That was 8 years ago for me, and I still am immature. I'm not mature to the degree that I want to be. So you can't judge that. And since he was a troubled youth are key targets for rapists. Like, how stupid is this judge? Like, ridiculously so. And then, this spreads a message that rape is okay. That's one that pisses me off. That it's fine, and then you're not going to be punished for it. I live in New York. In New York, it is 15 years for rape. Granted, if things are prosecuted correctly, because every time I seem to open the newspaper and read something on a rape case, not as many years are given that should be. So, 15 years. So, 15 times 3 is 45. So, if he was in New York, he should have gotten 45 years. But I'm the kind of person, I don't like corporal punishment. One bit. I'm against the death penalty. I mean, I'm telling you, like, ridiculous. When it comes to rapists, particularly pedophiles, and basically anybody that commits a sex crime, when it comes to men, chop their dicks off. I don't care how painful it is. That's the point. Send him to prison for life. Then kindly tell the fellow inmates what he did. Have the guards turn their backs, while the prisoners have their own set of rules and do what is needed. And obliterated the scum of the earth that doesn't even fucking deserve to be on here. This shit is disgusting. This is just fucking sick. There's a petition to sign for the judge to be kicked off. He's up for re-election in 2014, but if he can let a sickening crime like this slide, he doesn't deserve to be on the stands ever again, making any form of judgment. So I'll put the petition down below. Spread the word of this. I am quoting the late victim's mom. You suck. So, Judge Baugh, keep that in mind. You suck. And keep that in mind. Okay. Well, that's what I have to say on the subject, and lots of love, guys, and we need to make sure that this stops.